Good Samaritan by BronwinThorstead. Life is funny. We all exploded into being randomly on our own worlds, and the most fit would survive. That was the law of nature well before any starfaring race came to be. It's funny because once the first few species reached the stars, there were many shocking similarities. Exoskeletons, eusocial societies, oxygen-rich atmospheres, and very territorial natures. This nature, unfortunately, led to segregation, bullying, supremacist ideologies, and ultimately violent crime. Assaults, robberies, abductions, and harassment were common for anyone out in the wrong part of a station alone. This civil unrest was always frowned upon by the elite of society, who, seeing massive profits from cohabitation with many species, were trying to force different peoples together. The space stations built after contact became massive hubs of trade and commerce. Beautiful on the surface, dark and dangerous underneath. It came as a surprise when a new species was discovered on the edge of known space, a race of giants whose babies were the size of a fully grown tarantulan, the smallest of the known races. They were unlike any spacefaring race before them: endoskeletons, prosocial societies, less oxygen-dense atmospheres, and very cooperative. They called themselves humans. It wasn't long before the humans were incorporated into the massive web of galactic trade and politics. They navigated the morass of politics with ease, and we learned they had spent a long time locked in war with themselves, having to learn to cooperate by sheer necessity. With the first trade ships came the first humans, eager to explore and meet the other races of the galaxy. We knew their children were already the size of most adult spacefaring races, but we were unprepared for the true size of these giants. The largest species before their introduction were the Thrix, standing at an average of 76 centimeters tall and weighing 10 kilograms. The humans dwarfed them, averaging 180 centimeters tall and 81 kilograms. The effect the humans had on the stations themselves was a shock to all. Sure, the changes in construction and materials were a given. The humans could easily bend, break, and warp the aluminum alloy our stations were made of. The social changes, however, were the unexpected part. It all changed when a human out in a Thrix district heard a commotion around a nearby corner. The news report said the human had intervened in a territorial dispute between a small group of Thrix and a lone tarantulan. The Thrix are in recovery with minor injuries. The tarantulan is home safe and unharmed, and the human was reported to have nothing more than minor scratches on his forearms. The Thrix claim the human assaulted them and has declared the entire station a human district from here on out. The human says he did not claim the station as a human district, just that he would help anyone he could reach. The tarantulan claims the human saved him from thugs who regularly beat him for walking through their section of the station on his way home from work. The broadcast lit a fire under the humans, who seemed to go out of their way to step in when there was trouble. It took just under a year for any station with a human to completely change. It only took a few stories of humans fending off groups of all kinds from lone aliens before. Anytime a human was present, everyone would go out of their way to help others in their space. Within 2 years, other races started to imitate their kindness, watching out for other members of their communities. The races grew closer. With humans present, they had to work out their issues, and often mixed with others more. When asked how they brought everyone together by threat of violence, and had everyone be happier for it, the humans replied, "The only purpose for which power can be rightfully exercised over any member of a civilized community against his will is to prevent harm to others. His own good, either physical or moral, is not sufficient warrant." John Stuart Mill. The end. Like and subscribe for more content.